As you can see, it's leaving a trail of water as it cleans. Now, I've had my fair share of robot vacuums in my day. Now, by fair share, I mean I've had way too many robot vacuums. They're all more or less the same. They vacuum up pet hair, vacuum up debris, you empty them out every so often. But have you ever actually seen a robot vacuum that is also a robot mop? Because that's what we have here today. We have the Lefant M571 robot vacuum and mop. Yeah, you heard me right, and mop. So not only does it robot vacuum stuff, but it robot mop stuff too. That's really cool, and I'm really excited to see how this thing works. I mean, if you think about it, does anyone actually like mopping? I mean, it's worse than vacuuming, at least for me. So if this thing can mop for me, all bets are off. So not only is it a robot vacuum and a robot mop, but this robot vacuum and robot mop has 2200 PAs of suction power. And even with all that suction power, you get up to 180 minutes of runtime, which is really high when it comes to robot vacuums. Of course, after those 180 minutes are up, it will automatically dock itself to charge up so it can go for another 180 minutes next time. You can of course control this with your phone, and not only with your phone, but also with your voice, because it also supports Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa. So no matter where you are around the world, you can mop your house. That's really cool. Now, it's supposed to be really quiet so you can use it while you're working or sleeping, so that's really cool. But it also has a 300 milliliter water tank for the mopping purposes. Yeah, it has a water tank. Now on the vacuum side of things, it has a 0.6 liter dustbin that captures all the dust and debris, as well as a HEPA filtration system to keep the air nice and clean. Granted, if you take a look at the box, it looks just like any other ordinary robot vacuum, but there's so much more. Inside the box, we have a user manual, an app user guide. Feel free to scan that code if you need the app. Oh, and then we got all the goodies right here. We have the remote control in case you don't want to use your phone. And of course, it does have settings for everything, including manual mode if you want to manually move it around. Although personally, that defeats the purpose of a robot vacuum. We have the charging brick, the charging base with a built-in brush and razor. And this right here is something that other robot vacuums don't come with. We have an actual mop surface here to mop up your floor. And as you can see, it is attached to the 300 milliliter water tank that you can easily fill up by popping off this little piece of silicone. We do have an extra mop cloth for when that one gets dirty, an extra filter sponge. We have 4 spinning side brushes for the vacuum portion of this vacuum, 2 AAA batteries for the remote, nice to see included, and then we have the actual robot vacuum mop, which has some weight to it and looks super nice. So right here from the top, it looks like any other robot vacuum that I've had. Up top, we have a nice tempered glass design, which looks oh so premium, along with 4 buttons to control it manually on the device. Over here on the front, we do have all the sensors so it knows not to go off the stairs or run into walls. On the side, of course, we have a QR code in case you forget where the app is. We have the main power button switch. And then right here on the back, we have that 0.6 liter dustbin for all the debris. And as you can see inside, we do have that filtration system to keep the air nice and clean. Very easy. Okay, I just realized something. I thought you could mop and vacuum at the same time, and I was really wondering how they were gonna do that, but it looks like you could choose either or. So right here we're in vacuum mode, take out the dustbin and replace it with the mop head, and then you're in mopping mode. So personally, I think I would use this one as the mop, and then use the other one that I have that's just a vacuum as the vacuum. But of course, if you want to do 2 in 1, you could definitely do it. You just have to remember to switch it off depending on what you want to do. But as you can see, it was very simple to switch it into mopping mode by adding the 300 milliliter water tank on it. But right now, because we're looking at brushes and everything, let's go back to vacuum mode real quick. Just like that. And right here we do have the spinning brushes to suck up all the debris, these big wheels to go over all those bumps and lumps in your carpet and your floors. Down here, of course, I need to attach 2 of these spinning brushes to get all the debris in as possible. Up here on the front, we have a 360 degree pivoting wheel so we can get around all those nice turns. And right next to that, we have 2 charging pin connectors. And of course, with vacuums and pets, you got all that pet hair, and sometimes it gets clogged up in here. You can easily pop it open, take out the brush, and clean it out so you can have it spinning once again. Easily put it back into place and lock it up. And I guess if you were gonna use it as a mop, you could just completely remove the brush. I don't know if you have to or not, but I mean, you could easily do that, just leave it out. So really, the design of this is nice, it looks very good, and it's a mop and a vacuum. But I'm personally gonna be using it mostly as a mop because that's really cool. I never like mopping. Do you like mopping? I don't think so. So now let's flip the switch. We got it powered on. It does have a speaker built in so you can hear all the nice chimes. Over on the left side are the Wi-Fi indicator light so it'll light up when it's connected to Wi-Fi. We have the mode key, which also doubles as a water volume adjustment button. We have the timed cleaning button, and then we also have the start and pause button, which also acts as a recharge button. So to get this paired up to Wi-Fi, you need the Lefant Life app. We're gonna add a device. We're gonna hold the mode button down for 2 seconds.
Enter the network mode. Please connect to the network according the app reminder.
And as you can see in here, we are in pairing mode for Wi-Fi. We're going to choose robot vacuum. Make sure we're on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. We're going to confirm that the Wi-Fi indicator is rapidly blinking. And then it's going to scan for the device.
Network connect succeeded. Standard cleaning mode.
And as you can see, we instantly paired up after about 30 seconds. You can name the device whatever you want, but we'll just leave it at that for now. And just like that, we're connected to the vacuum with Wi-Fi. Really easy. On the home screen, we could see a bunch of information. We have 0 minutes of cleaning time because we're not cleaning, 53% battery life, and then 1 meter cleaning area because we haven't cleaned anything. Down on the bottom, we have a power switch.
Start the auto cleaning.
Uh-oh, we just started it cleaning. We have a standby button, smart cleaning mode, wall follow mode so it'll just clean along the walls, spiral mode, charging base if you want it to go charge, random mode, manual mode, and settings. Underneath the settings, we actually have different options than a standard robot vacuum, like suction and water. You can set it to low, middle, and high. It's on middle by default, so we'll just leave it at that for now. We have set temperature of 39, a yaw of 77, and all these other things that I have no idea what they mean. We have seek robot, so if you lose the robot, you can have it play a sound.
I am here.
It literally tells you where it is. It's like, I am here. I'm over here. That's pretty cool. We can take a look at the cleaning record. Right now we have no record because we haven't cleaned anything. And then we also have a timer. So you can actually go in here and schedule it to clean whenever you want. You can set the time, what days you want it to repeat, set a note like maybe, oh, we're mopping the kitchen today, something like that. You can even get a notification when the timer gets activated. And really, it's very simple. So there's not too much we can do on a table, but I'm gonna turn it on. We can hear how it sounds.
Start the auto cleaning.
And see if it falls off the table or something. Uh-oh. Yep, it came right to the end and stopped. It went over there, it saw that in the way, it went back. Let's see. Yep, it knows not to go off the edge of the table, so the sensors are definitely working very well. It's actually really quiet too. As you can see, it's only about 61 decibels in noise, so that's really quiet. Don't attack me.
Pause the cleaning.
I really like how the vacuum talks back to you. It's really cool. Now, of course, one of the main things I always have to try out with every robot vacuum is to see how well it actually can find the charging base when you just set it down somewhere random. So we're gonna set it up over here. I'm gonna move the charging base right there. I'm gonna go into the app and pick charging base.
Return to charging dock.
It says it's returned to the charging dock. Let's see if it can find it.
Start charging.
It found it. Wow, that was easy. Okay, now we're gonna confuse it a bit. I'm gonna take it, throw it around my neck, put it over here on this side at an angle. Let's put it right here. And then set it to go charge again. Ooh, it found it, but it wasn't completely on it, so it wasn't able to charge.
Start charging.
But it instantly corrected itself and got on there. I'm always impressed with how it does that. And that was cool. I actually took it off while it was charging and it was like, yo, I'm supposed to be charging. I didn't even have to send it to go charge. So it actually did a really good job finding the charger that I moved. But I want to try it one more time. This time, let's see. I'm going to put it over here. It's pretty much even with where it is right now, but way over here. There's no way it's going to find it, right? Let's find out.
Return to charging dock.
I'm smarter than robots, though. I think I just tricked him. There's no way it's going to find it.
Start charging.
What do you know? It found it. I don't know how, but it did it, and I'm impressed. So now we have to take this to the floor. We're going to try it out vacuuming. We're going to try it out mopping. And we're going to see how well it actually does. Because remember, it does two things. Can it do both of them very well? Let's find out. All right, so now it's time to put this to the test. Let's start auto cleaning with the vacuum.
Start the auto cleaning.
It's not bouncing into the garbage can. It's talking when it's starting. As you can see, the low profile is letting it get underneath of the cupboards to get all the dust and debris out from under there. There we go, got a leaf right here. We did have a leaf right there. It's gone now. It's doing a good job maneuvering around everything without running into anything. Another garbage can? Nope. It got close, but it did not touch. As you can see, the floor where it went is actually spotless. Alright, so now that it vacuumed up the house, let's see how well it actually did. So we have the dust bin right here. Look at That's pretty crazy. It actually sucked up this entire napkin. Somehow it went through the brushes and everything. I have no idea how it actually did that, but it did it. We got a whole, I mean, it looks like it's kind of blocking up the passageway for other stuff, but it somehow sucked up a napkin. I don't understand how it did that. Did not see that coming. Let's empty this out. Oh, look at that. It's a bunch of debris and pet hair and all that stuff. And a napkin. I have no idea how that happened. Not bad. And as you can see, the filter is definitely collecting that dust. So now it's time, the moment we've all been waiting for, especially me. We're gonna see how well this thing can actually mop. So it looks like you just pop the top, fill it up with some water. There we go, we got it loaded up. Gonna put the top back on, get rid of the excess water. And now we have water inside of here. You can see it splashing around in there. Pretty cool. So now, oh, it's actually coming through a little bit. Let's put this onto the robot and see how well it can actually clean up this floor. Easy. And now it's mopping time.
Strong suction cleaning mode.
As you can see, it's leaving a trail of water as it cleans. It mops exactly the same way as it vacuums, except with water this time. Look at that shine on the floor. But you know what? I'm tired of mopping. Let's go back home and charge.
Return to charging dock. Start charging.
As we can see, the floor is still slightly damp because it did mop up. There was actually some spots right here. I'm surprised it actually got them off of the floor, so it did a pretty good job mopping. So all in all, it's pretty cool. You can mop and vacuum, not at the same time, of course, but you can switch it up depending on what you gotta do. So after you vacuum up all the debris off the floor, like that whole napkin, I'm not sure how it did that, but that was pretty impressive by itself, then you can switch it over to the water tank and have it clean up the floor, and then that way it'll mop up all the leftover dust and dirt and grime off the tile. And after it's done, or if it needs to stop in between cleanings, it'll head back to the base, charge up, and be ready for the next cleaning session.